What's good, guys? Welcome back to the channel, and today we are talking MLB The Show 22, and we are going to look at 16 possible options that we can see in the digital deluxe version of MLB The Show 22 in that diamond cover athlete choice pack when the game does release. We have 16 options to talk about. Doesn't mean they're all going to be in the game. We have legends that we don't have the rights for right now that we're hoping we get in the game next year, like Joe Mauer, Adrian Gonzalez, Ryan Howard, Dustin Pedroia. We'll see if they're going to be in the game. Then we have guys like Fernando Tatis Jr., Aaron Judge, Bryce Harper, guys that we know will be in the game. In the comments down below, let me know which of those legends would you guys like to see the most in that pack. If you're excited for this video, do me a favor, hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you're new. I would greatly appreciate it. But without further ado, hope you all enjoy the video, and let's get it.
Minika, watch me on Twitch, ooh, I'm streaming. I'm on YouTube, subscribe to the channel, red button beaming. Let's get that sub count, take over YouTube, ooh, we teaming. My content so hot, ooh, yeah, I'm steaming. Ooh, yeah, I'm steaming. Red button beaming.
Okay, everyone, before we get into the possible cards for the digital deluxe version of MLB The Show 22, want to shout out Angel Galarza once again, who makes a ton of these cards throughout the entire year. When we think a card's going to be coming out, he comes up with cover art, attributes for said card before they wind up coming out. He does a lot of great work, so make sure to check out his Twitter account. Gonna leave that in the description down below. But he gave me 16 cards, and he put them on his Twitter for those of you guys to look at too, that could possibly be the MLB The Show 22 digital deluxe diamond choice pack from the cover athlete. So if you're wondering how can you get these cards, one, they have to actually be in the game. So we have 16 cards to look at today. I don't think they're all going to be in the game, but we're going to take a look at all of them, and I'll see which ones I think might be in the game and which ones might not be. And then two, you need to get the digital deluxe version of MLB The Show 22. If you get the MVP edition or the base edition, you cannot get any of these cards because this pack is only going to be available to people who get the digital deluxe version. And once again, that is the player choice pack for the cover athletes diamond choice pack in MLB The Show 22. So like I said, I think we have 16 cards to look at here. A lot of great options, and these are all going to be cover athletes from former MLB The Show games. And we're going to start things off with an 88, and they're all going to be 88 overalls like the 42 series. I believe that's what these diamond choice packs are going to be for the cover athletes. I think it's kind of going to be a collection like the Jackie Robinson was last year. They're all going to be 88 overalls like the 42 cards that came out of the game last year. And the first one we're going to talk about is an 88 overall David Ortiz. Obviously, we've got the 99 David Ortiz this year with the AL collection. He was a great card. Now, an 88 overall version at the beginning of the year, I probably won't go for him because he's going to be a first baseman. You can get a first baseman not having to go with one of your picks here with the cover athlete pack. I'd say he'd be one of the more less valuable cards you can actually sell on the market, because I'm sure we're going to be able to sell these cards, because I think there's going to be a collection with all these, and I'll talk about that later. But there's always great first bases in the game for power, so I probably wouldn't pick a first baseman in this pack. But the card looks good, especially at the plate. 89 contact against righties, 78 against lefties, 97 power against righties, 86 against lefties. Feels weird going back to 88 overall cards when we've been talking about 99 overall cards in MLB The Show 21 for so long. But Ortiz has a solid swing in the game every single year. Lefty bat, solid enough power, especially at the beginning of the year. Defensively, pretty similar to the 99 MLB The Show 21. Not going to cause too many issues. You don't need a Gold Glove defender at first base. So that's David Ortiz. I do think he will be in the game because we have the rights for David Ortiz. Makes a lot of sense. Not sure if he'll be in this pack, but we'll have to see. MLB The Show 06 he was on. Next, we're going to move on to a guy who I'm not sure we're going to get the rights for, so this is going to be a tricky one, and this is 88 overall Joe Mauer, the only catcher I believe to ever be on the cover of MLB The Show, and we haven't had Joe Mauer in the game for a little bit, so it'd be nice to get him back into the game. He would pretty much be a solid catcher all around. Really quickly though, if you guys are watching on TikTok, talking 16 of these cards on my YouTube channel right now. They will come out on TikTok eventually, but if you want the full video, it's on YouTube right now when you're watching this video. 16 possible options for the MLB The Show 22 Deluxe Edition cover choice packs. We have Joe Mauer, who would be solid at the plate, solid defensively behind the plate, 87 contact against righties, 78 against lefties, 74 power against righties, 66 against lefties, 83 fielding, 81 arm, 80 arm accuracy, and 79 reaction time. Again, he'd be solid in all aspects of the game. For a beginning game card, wouldn't be too bad, especially if there's not a great catcher to start the year. We will have to see. So Joe Mauer would be interesting, but again, we need to get his rights. Up next is going to be an 88 Ryan Howard. Again, Again, we need Ryan Howard's rights for him to be in the game. He hasn't been in the game in a while. I believe this is MLB The Show 08 that he was on the cover on. Another lefty bat, little bit better power than David Ortiz. Contact pretty similar as Ortiz as well. 81 contact against righties, 69 against lefties, 104 power against righties, 87 against lefties. Then the fielding stats, better than Ortiz as well. I personally haven't used Ryan Howard in MLB The Show game in a long time, so I'm not sure how it would be in MLB The Show 22. How would his swing be? He's a pretty big guy, 6'4". Would his strike zone be too big? Would his swing be sluggish? Not too fast, not too sure. So we'd have to see how Ryan Howard would play in game, but looks like another solid option. Again, I personally wouldn't take a first baseman in the cover choice pack. I think there's better positions to use your choice pack on than a first baseman because there's always great first basemans in the game. And again, we have to see if we're going to get the rights for Ryan Howard. So Joe Mauer so far and Ryan Howard, not sure if we're going to get the rights. And speaking of rights, why not talk about 88 overall David Wright on the cover of MLB The Show 07. A lot of people want David Wright back in the game this year. People want Derek Jeter and they want David Wright. Jeter not going to be on the deluxe edition cover. That's going to be Ohtani. Will we see Jeter this year? We're going to have to see. But will we see David Wright? I definitely think we can get the rights for David Wright this year, and he'd be a solid third baseman to start the year across the board, kind of like Joe Mauer at the catcher position. That would be David Wright at the third baseman position. Solid contact, decent enough power to start the year, solid enough fielder with decent speed and decent steal across the board. This would be a good card to start the year off. One of the better options, I believe, in the choice pack. 78 contact against righties, 87 against lefties, 69 power against righties, 81 against lefties. Fielding stats, all high 70s across the board. Then the speed is 73 and 75 steal. Ton of people, including myself, even as a Yankees fan, I want David Wright back in this game. It would be great to have him in the game. We'll have to see. Up next, we're going to talk about Andrew McCutchen, and we know Andrew McCutchen will be in the game. We do know we have his rights for next year, so definitely a good option for the Diamond's Choice Pack with the cover athletes. We know what to expect from Andrew McCutchen. He's going to have solid contact, good enough power to start the year off, 69 power against righties, 78 against lefties. I know the stats seem low, but again, we have to go back to the beginning of the year. We're starting the year off in MLB The Show 22. No more 99 overalls in MLB The Show 21. Fielding stats and speed are solid for the outfield, 83 fielding, 77 arm, 70 arm accuracy, 84 reaction time, and then 82 speed, 59 steal. Instead of guys like Ryan Howard, Joe Mauer, David Wright, we don't know if we're 100% going to get their rights for the game, but we do know Andrew McCutchen and David Ortiz will be in the game. Next, I don't think we're going to get Adrian Gonzalez right, so I'm not going to spend too much time on him. I feel like a guy we're not going to get rights here. The third first baseman we're already talking about in this video. Contact, again, would be solid. Power would be low, though, for a first baseman, so I personally wouldn't use him even if he was in the game. Fielding stats better than Howard and Ortiz, though, but again, you don't need a Gold Glover at first base. Not going to spend too much time on Adrian Gonzalez because I'm not sure if we're going to get him. Next, now, I would like to see Dustin Pedroia in the game again, an 88 overall Pedroia. I'm a Yankees fan, but I like Dustin Pedroia. He has good content, especially when he gets like a 99 overall card, and the 88 card has great content to start the year. 96 content against righties, 89 against lefties. A problem with Pedroia always is the power, but decent to start the year. 60 power against righties, 69 against lefties. Fielding stats will be solid though, 85 fielding, 65 arm. He's playing second base, so the arm's not going to matter too much. Not going to have to make a lot of far throws over to first base. 78 arm accuracy, 80 reaction with okay speed and okay steal. This is a guy I definitely would like to see back in MLB The Show, in MLB The Show 22. And the final card of this tweet is another guy we have rights for. Then we have 8 more cards after this. So if you guys are watching on TikTok, again, come over to the YouTube channel. 16 possible cards that we're going to be taking a look at for MLB The Show 22 in that cover choice pack. And the next option here is 88 overall Miguel Cabrera. Now he has secondary first base, but I'm going to be using him at third base. Not the best defender for the third baseman position, but Miggy always has a smooth swing. He has solid contact, solid power to start the year. Going to be a really good hitter. Diamond hitting, bronze defense, 84 contact against righties, 90 against lefties, 80 power against righties, 88 against lefties. I can definitely see him having this mid 60s, low 70s fielding stats though. 66 fielding, 70 arm, 68 arm accuracy, 65 reaction time. We'll have to see who else comes out at the beginning of the year at third base, but I really like David Wright and I like Miguel Cabrera so far in this pack. So we have 8 cards to go, and the next card, I don't think we're going to get a Yasiel Puig in MLB The Show 22. I just don't see that happening, but he was on the cover of MLB The Show 15, so we will talk about it. 86 contact against righties, 78 against lefties, okay okay power once again to start the year. Does have a cannon of an arm in the outfield though to start the year. Probably one of the better arms you're going to see to start Diamond Dynasty with an MLB The Show 22 if we do get this card. 68 fielding, 93 arm, 81 arm accuracy, 67 reaction time with good enough speed to play the outfield at 74. Again, I don't see us getting a Yasiel Puig, but you never know. On to the next card, we're going to have Josh Donaldson. I always love Josh Donaldson's swing in MLB The Show. He was on the cover of MLB The Show 16. Back when he was on the Toronto Blue Jays, he would be a great hitter. He'd have solid contact and power, but the swing would make him play higher than the stats, in my opinion. 72 contact against righties, 74 against lefties, 79 power against righties, 87 against lefties. He's going to be a pretty middle of the pack fielder though. 74 fielding, 76 arm, 78 arm accuracy, and 80 reaction time for a third base with okay speed. I would really like to see Donaldson in the pack. Obviously, we have his rights. He's in the MLB, so I definitely could see Donaldson being in this pack. Up next, we're going to have another legend. It's going to be Ken Griffey Jr., who was on the cover of MLB The Show 17. Ken Griffey Jr. was in the 42 series last year as an 88 overall to start the year, so I can see him being in this cover athlete pack, no doubt about it, as another 88 overall card with really good stats to start the year. Always like Griffey's swing, one of the best swings in the entire game. Obviously has that 99 overall card, MLB The Show 21, but an 88 overall Griffey to start the year, gonna have a great swing. I would use him on my team. 80 contact against righties, 69 against lefties, 92 power against righties with 81 power against lefties. Solid enough defender in the outfield, 83 fielding, 70 arm, 72 arm accuracy with 81 reaction time and 74 speed. I would really like to see Griffey. Griffey would be great to get in this pack. And the final card of this tweet is going to be Aaron Judge. Now, if Aaron Judge is in this choice pack, we are not going to get his live series as an option because he's probably going to be a 90 plus live series card. We're not going to get that. We are going to get an 88 fixed amount Aaron Judge in this pack if we do get him. And I definitely could see him being in this pack. As a Yankees fan, I would like to see it, but he's been on a recent cover, MLB The Show 18 only 4 or 5 games ago, and he's going to be a 90 plus live series, like I said. So it would be good to give people a free Aaron Judge if you want him getting the special edition. He would have great power, 107 power against righties, 100 against lefties. Contact not so great. His height though, always the problem. Hopefully the height of him won't matter too much in MLB The Show 22 at 6'7". It tends to make him slower in the outfield because of his big size and the strike zone a little too big. I would use him though. I would probably pick him in the pack. As a Yankees fan, I would go with Judge. 80 fielding, 91 arm, 84 arm accuracy, 79 reaction time with 65 speed. On paper, he's probably one of the better cards, but because of his size, that would be the reason that would hold him back a little bit from other people not Yankees fans maybe picking him in this pack. Next, we're going to talk about Bryce Harper, who was on the cover of MLB The Show 19. Another card I could definitely see being in this pack. Gonna have a 90 plus live series like Aaron Judge, but we're gonna get an 88 overall version of Bryce Harper. He was on the game not too long ago, only 3 or 4 games ago, so I definitely see him being in this pack, and he would be a really good card all across the board, especially if you can't afford his 90 plus live series card they're gonna give him at the beginning of the year. He's good at the plate. He has a very good swing every single year. He's decent in the field, and he's good on the base pads. 87 contact against righties, 77 against lefties, 90 power against righties, 76 against lefties. Fielding stats, high 70s, low 80s, and the speed, 70. So Bryce Harper will be a really well-rounded outfielder to start your team off with if you pick him in the pack. Up next, we are going to have a Javier Baez. Now, Javi Baez would be good because he's not going to be getting a higher overall card than his 88 version that would be in this pack. He'll probably be a gold next year as a live series to start the year at least. Definitely could see him going up, but to start the year, this 88 overall will definitely be higher than his live series card, and he'd be solid across the board. 70 contact against righties, 87 against lefties, 71 power against righties, 85 against lefties, and the fielding stats really solid for the second baseman spot and even the shortstop spot because he does have a great arm. The fielding stats will take a knock if you want to put him at second base, but he's a primary shortstop, so I would probably use him there. 84 fielding, 97 arm, 65 arm accuracy, 86 reaction time, and then 73 speed. And the final card we are going to talk about, that is a current cover athlete, because we have one more guy who's going to be on the cover who we will talk about, and I'm not sure what's going to be going on with him. We have an 88 overall Fernando Tatis Jr. that obviously is going to be a great shortstop to start the year. While he's on the cover of MLB The Show 21, he's going to have 100 plus power to start the year. That is great for a free 88 overall card if you wind up getting this diamond choice pack. He's going to have speed. He's going to have a cannon of an arm at the shortstop position. His contact won't be great, but we're not going to be seeing a lot of pitchers with high hits per 9 to start the year, so it's not going to matter too much. 76 contact against righties, 69 against lefties, 103 power against righties, and 100 against lefties. Like I said, going to have a cannon of an arm at the shortstop position, 81 fielding, 96 arm, 60 arm accuracy, 83 reaction time, and then 85 speed with 80 steal and 81 bag aggressiveness. This card is going to be excellent, probably a top 3 option in this pack. And the final card we are going to talk about is obviously going to be the cover athlete for MLB The Show 22. Now, I just don't know what they're going to be doing with Shohei Ohtani. Will they just make him an 88 overall, or will they make him the collection item kind of like they did for Jackie Robinson last year with the 42 series. Maybe not have to collect 42 cards to get this Ohtani card, but maybe collecting all the cover athletes in the pack, maybe some extra cards as well, can get you a collection award. Shohei Ohtani, that would probably be a 90 plus if they're going to make him a collection award, but if they don't make him a collection award, he will be an 88 in this pack. There's no doubt in my mind we're getting Ohtani in this pack if he's not the collection award. If he is, maybe as a 92 plus, we'll have to see. I don't think they're going to make him a 99 like Jackie, because the collection not going to be as hard to get in my opinion as Jackie was at the beginning of the year. But I would take an 88 Ohtani in the pack if we don't get that collection award. You would have 73 contact against righties, 75 against lefties, 98 power against righties, 87 against lefties. Fielding stats would be okay with a cannon of an arm to start the year off if you want to use him at right field. 62 fielding, 94 arm, 66 arm accuracy, 66 reaction time, and then 84 speed. Hopefully next year they figure out how they're going to put Shohei Ohtani into your lineup when you can use him in right field, then you can use him as starting pitcher, relief pitcher. Hopefully they figure out two-way players in next year's game. If they don't, then I guess we'll just get a primary right fielder, Shohei Ohtani, that you can keep on your bench if you want to bring him in as a pinch hitter. We will have to see, but let's also check out the pitching stats. And then the pitching stats would be solid. I wasn't the biggest fan of Ohtani on the mound in Diamond Dynasty and MLB The Show 21, but I'm always open to trying him again in MLB The Show 22. He will have a four-seam fastball, splitter, slider, cutter, and curveball. Can throw gas. Also going to have excellent break with 99 break, 92 hits per nine, which isn't bad to start the year, 79 Ks per nine, and then 70 control. I would love to see an Ohtani. No doubt in my mind we're at least getting an Ohtani in this pack, if not a collection award. Once again, I want to shout out Angel for making all these covers, all these stats for me to use in this video. His links for his Twitter will be in the description and the comments down below as well. Really appreciate it. Okay, everyone, that's gonna do it for the video today. Just want to give you guys some options on what we could see in the Diamond Choice Pack for the cover athletes in MLB The Show 22. Are we going to be getting 16 cards? Probably not, but you never know depending on how many of the guys' rights that they get in this video, like Joe Mauer, David Wright, Ryan Howard. Hopefully they get a lot of these guys' rights. I would like to see them in the game. If you enjoyed the video though, do me a favor, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button for so much more MLB The Show 22 content, and make sure to follow me at my social links, which are on the screen for you guys right now. But that's gonna do it for me today, everyone. See you all in the next video. Have a great rest of your day. Peace out.